Sairam students, let's begin with the class 8 geography. Today we are going to start with the chapter number 3 of geography, that is minerals and power resources. Before discussing about this, you all remember very well in our previous first chapter we have learnt about the resources, right? And that we learnt in general about the resources, as well as we learnt about the types of resources and then the conservation of resources, then sustainable development, correct? Then in second chapter also of geography we have learned about the land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources, right? In that also we learned about all that resources separately. Now in this chapter, that is chapter number 3, we are going to learn about the minerals and power resources. Now let's go through the content of a topic. What is there in that? First we are going to learn the introduction of a topic, then the types of minerals we will learn, then the distribution of minerals, uses of minerals. In the types of mineral you will be learning about the extraction of minerals also, then uses of minerals, conservation of minerals, and then the next topic is power resources. And even power resources is divided in two, that is a conventional type of resources and non-conventional. Now, before starting with the chapter, just have the introduction. Here I am going to tell you the story of two children. Like Kiri, she was visiting Sukant in his native place near Dhanbad. Dhanbad, it's a place in Jharkhand. Kiri was amazed to see that large areas were black. Now, even you can see in this image, the large areas are black here. She asked Sukant, Sukant, why is this place so black and dusty? This is what Kiri asked, okay? Then this is because of the coal mines nearby. This is what the Sukant answered to Kiri, that is because of the coal mines. Do you see the trucks? Can you all see that the trucks in the image? Yes. They are carrying the mineral coal. See, this image shows you the loading of a truck in a coal mine. So this is what the Sukant replied. Then the Kiri asked him, what are minerals? What are minerals? This is what Kiri asked. So Sukant replied, have you ever seen a baker baking biscuits? The flour, milk, sugar, and sometimes eggs are mixed together. See, these are the ingredients that are used while the baker uses for making biscuits, right? So while eating the baked biscuits, can you see these ingredients separately? Even I am asking you all, can you all see that ingredients separately? No, we can't see that. Just as in the biscuits, there are a number of things that you cannot see. Similarly, rocks on this earth have several materials called minerals. Rocks on this earth have several materials, okay, that materials are called as minerals, that is mixed in them. So these minerals are scattered throughout the earth's rocky crust. Now, I hope you understood the meaning of minerals. Then what are minerals? A natural occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition, that is a mineral. See, minerals are not evenly distributed over space. They are concentrated in a particular area or rock formation. Some minerals are found in areas which are not, see, you can see the image has been given to you here, right? So these are the areas where the minerals are not easily accessible. These areas are the Arctic Ocean bed and Antarctica. So some minerals are found in areas which are not easily accessible. That means we cannot reach easily to it, okay, such as the Arctic Ocean bed and the Antarctica. Minerals are found in different types of geological environments under varying conditions. They are created by natural processes without any human interference. See, while in the formation of minerals, when we do that human interference is not involved in this. They are created by the natural processes. Okay, they can be identified on the basis of their physical properties such as color, density, hardness, and chemical properties such as solubility. So minerals can be identified on the basis of their physical properties. Physical means the appearance of it, the color of that, density, hardness of that mineral, as well as the chemical properties such as the solubility. Now let's move to the next topic, that is the types of minerals. Now look at this, the image has been given to you here. The minerals are divided into, right, the metallic and non-metallic. And again further division of metallic is given into, that is as ferrous minerals and non-ferrous. Let us understand each and every type in detail now. Now here the image has been given to you of a rock. A rock is an aggregate of one or more minerals but without definite composition of constituent of mineral. Rocks from which minerals are mined are known as ores. I repeat, rocks from which minerals are mined, okay, they are not directly getting, the mining has been done to get that, so that are known as ores. Although more than 2800 type of minerals have been identified, only about 100 are considered ore minerals. Now let's move to the types of mineral. There are over 3000 different minerals. On the basis of composition, minerals are classified mainly as metallic and non-metallic, right? This is what you saw in the previous slide, correct? Now what is the meaning of metallic minerals? Metallic minerals contain metal in raw form. Metals are hard substances that conduct heat and electricity and have a characteristic luster or shine. Luster or shine means it's lustrous as well as it has shining. Now the examples of the metallic minerals are iron ore, bauxite, manganese ore are the examples of metallic minerals. Now the next is ferrous. Ferrous minerals are like iron ore, manganese and chromites. Ferrous minerals are those which contain iron. Okay, and whereas non-ferrous minerals does not contain iron but may contain some other metals such as gold, silver, copper or lead. Now here the examples of the ferrous minerals have been given to you, that is iron ore, manganese, and these are the examples of non-ferrous minerals, that is gold, silver, copper, lead. The images have been given to you here. Then the next is non-metallic mineral. Non-metallic minerals do not contain metal. See, in the beginning you learned about the meaning. Now metallic minerals contain metal in raw form, right? Then again that were divided in two, that is ferrous and non-ferrous. And what was that ferrous minerals? That contains iron, right? The ferrous minerals contain iron, whereas non-ferrous minerals that does not contain iron. Okay, but it may contain some other metals such as gold, silver, copper or lead. Now we are learning the meaning of non-metallic minerals. Non-metallic minerals do not contain metals. The examples of this are limestone, mica and gypsum are the examples of non-metallic minerals. See here the images has been given to you here. The limestone, mica and gypsum, these are the examples of non-metallic, and below that the mineral fuels like coal and petroleum are also non-metallic minerals. Now minerals can be extracted by the following processes that has been given to you here: mining, drilling, quarrying. But again that mining process is divided in two types, that is open cast mining and shaft mining. Let us understand all these types, the meaning of all this mining, drilling, quarrying in detail now. Now here, first is the process of taking out minerals from rocks buried under the earth's surface is called mining, right? Here the image has been given to you to understand it in a better way. What is that mining? Now in the table, that is extraction of minerals, we saw that mining was divided in two types, right? One was the open cast mining, the two methods, and the second was the shaft mining. Now what is it open cast mining? See, look at the image that has been given to you here. Minerals that lie at shallow depths are taken out by removing the surface layer. This is known as the open cast mining. Open cast mining is also known as the open cut mining. It is a surface mining technique of extracting rock or minerals from the earth by their removal from an open air pit, that is sometimes known as the burrow also. Then this form of mining differs from extractive method that require tunneling into the earth, such as a long wall mining. So open pit mines are used when deposits of commercially useful ore of rocks or rocks found at the surface. So in this type of mining, the minerals that have been found underground but are difficult to retrieve due to hard rock can be reached using this form of underground mining, that is open cast mining. Now the next type is the shaft mining. Now look at the images that has been given to you here. Deep pores called shafts have to be made to reach mineral deposits that lie at great depths. Now the depth of this type of minerals is too much, so it is like something is required, like the tunnel or no elevator or something is required so that the miner can go inside the mines to do that. That is also called that is only known as the shaft mining. Let us understand this in detail. Shaft mining or shaft sinking refers to the method of excavating a vertical or near vertical tunnel from the top down, where there is initially no access to the bottom. It is very difficult to have the access to the bottom, and their minerals are lying in very great depth. So other types of mining do not require as steep of an incline or a lift of some sort. Now look at the image that has been given to you here. They have used a lift. Shaft mining is the process where miners dig straight down or almost straight down until they reach their desired depth. Then the mine begins to branch out in all directions. So miners will enter or exit a mine through a lift or elevator that is installed where the initial vertical tunnel was originally started. From there the lift has been installed where by using that lift and elevator only miner can go inside and can do that mining. That is called as the shaft mining. Now the next is, see here, the image has been given to you here, where you can see this image is there in your textbook also. The petroleum and natural gas occur far below the earth's surface. Deep wells are bored to take them out. This is called as drilling. Now let's understand what is drilling. Let's understand the drilling in detail here now. Look at the images that has been given to you. So drilling is a cutting process that uses a drill bit to cut a hole of circular cross section, that is in the solid materials. Right. Then the next is squaring. Minerals that lie near the surface are simply dug out by the process. See, these minerals are lying on the surface area only. So these are simply dug out by the process that is known as the quarrying. Now let's understand what is that quarrying. See, quarrying refers to the extracting materials directly from the surface. So there is no need to use any lift or any elevator in this method because it is on the surface of the earth only. So we have seen the extraction of minerals by the first method we saw here is mining, right? And in that mining it was divided into, that is open cast mining, and second one was shaft mining, and the second method we saw drilling, and the third method of extraction we saw here is quarrying. So here today we have completed with the topics that is given here. Let's have the quick recap. We have seen the introduction, that is we learnt about the meaning of minerals, correct? We saw that the minerals, I gave you the example of Kiri and Sukant here, correct? That Kiri and Sukant, they were discussing about the coal mines that is in Dhanbad, right? They saw the place is dusty and black due to the coal mining, correct? And even rocks have minerals that are scattered throughout the earth's rocky crust. This is what we have seen. Then we learnt about the minerals, that is minerals are the natural inorganic substances consisting of one or more elements. They have specific chemical composition, correct? We saw some minerals are found in areas which are not easily accessible. I gave you the example of Arctic ocean bed and Antarctica, correct? And even we saw like they can be identified, minerals can be identified by their physical properties, that is color, density, hardness, right? Then we saw even the chemical property, that is solubility that can also be used to identify the mineral. Then we learnt about the types of minerals, that was divided as two metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. We saw the meaning of each and every type separately. Metallic minerals were again divided into, that is ferrous minerals and non-ferrous minerals. Then we saw the extraction of minerals. The methods that were used for extraction were mining, drilling, quarrying. Mining was divided into, that is open cast mining and shaft mining. So in our next session, we'll be starting with the distribution of minerals all over the world as well as in India also. So we'll see you in the next session with a new topic. Till then, take care.